With all of that, there's some fine parameters there in terms of an agent working in a good place. Once it is within those parameters, you're going to have a lovely time with it. But what happens when an agent goes rogue? And effectively, it's when these three pillars become a massive nightmare. All right. And again, I'm going to ask you to keep Shadow AI in mind over here. People using their own AI, because this is already a risk. Unless you've got identity and access controls over an agent. Remember, that agent has permissions in the business. It has a Microsoft account. It has credentials that it can get into your data storage. It can get into your Teams. It can get into your email, so it can email outside. If you don't have that identity and access control on top of that agent, you're not going to know who's doing that. All right. And the problem is that these agents move at machine speed. We can't keep up with that. So effectively, we need to know who the agent is, what its ID is, who created it, when the last time it was online. All of that gets fed to our on our side. If we ever see an agent doing anything strange, we can immediately shut it down to make sure that your business isn't at risk. All right. Threat detection, continuous monitoring. We always monitor the entire environment as a whole. So anytime we see any strange behavior happening within that environment, think about it in a beehive. If a wasp suddenly comes in, the entire hive changes the way that it's behaving. This is how we do run that threat detection. We're making sure that at any given time, that entire process is running the way that it should. If you don't have the threat detection on in your environment, you're not going to be able to identify when one of those agents has been compromised, that now has access into your environment, that has access to files, has access for a way to get those files out of the business. All right. And then data governance, a massive part of all of this, and we'll run through it a little bit further now, is making sure that all of your data is in a good managed position. If your data is sporadic through your data sets, you're not too sure where everything is, you're not too sure if it's labeled, if it's tagged. Remember, if you put an agent or you put AI into your environment and you don't know where that data is, the AI will find it immediately. There have been instances where people have put AI into their environments, and low-level employees have been able to get into classified data that should only be sitting at board level. All right. So data needs to be managed in a very big way. And it's not just making sure that your data lake is in a good position. It's making sure that your data in transit is secured as well. So we make sure that the agents only have the permissions that they need. We make sure that whenever agent is moving data, it's being monitored, it's being managed. And then if that data is getting pushed through to anybody else, we're making sure that we're understanding why that data is moving there as well. That happens with the threat detection, and then with the identity and access, we understand which agent is doing that at any given time. It becomes very difficult if an agent does go rogue to mitigate or to remediate that environment if you don't have these three things in place. All right. As we said at the bottom of there, security isn't a phase at the end. Okay. It's a continuous motion of small things done in the right way.